Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. Today we are going back to the Soviet, Russian / Ukrainian theme. We're gonna be flying the Antonov An-2 aircraft, which is quite an interesting one. And I think the one we're flying is, trying to remember what they are called, ATSimulations I think. I think it's 80, let me double check though. Yeah, ATSimulations. And it's an aircraft that's been produced, or is still produced, in a derivative version in China since 1947. And I think it's the, let me just check quickly Wikipedia, I think it's the biggest aircraft with a one engine. I think so. Or at least one of the bigger ones. And it's renowned for being basically unstallable. You can like drive really slow with it. And it's not a fast plane. So we are here at my god, I am totally blanking out. At Eindhoven, flying to Rotterdam. So that's gonna be our flight, just a short flight, because it's such a slow aircraft, but I thought it would be fun to just showcase this, because it's a really beautiful model. They've done a good job. I think this one is also available for Microsoft Flight Sim, so for those of you who don't have P3D, you have an option to fly with this, and it's yeah, a really nice external model with a lot of the interior being part of the external model as well. Not sure who this guy is though, but that's interesting. In terms of the interior, great looking aircraft. Not that much to say. It looks good. It works good. I think there's rain effects and that sort of stuff. I think you can open up here as well. And you can get to see the inside. So just overall a great model. There's also an Aerosoft one, which I don't have, because I heard that this one was the one to get. So I followed the recommendations in that regard. Let's see, do we have any GTN GPS panel? We have the flight in a 2D panel. I don't think there's an integration for GPS inside, so that's a bit unfortunate, but we do have the 750, so I'm going to use that one. I'll keep it on one of my other screens though, so you don't have to see it. I'll lock it there. But yeah, so that's about it. In terms of flight plan, there didn't seem to be any flight plan for this one. I used the DC-3, so we don't need a lot of fuel. The DC-3 needs 1000, so I think maybe we'll need the same. We do have a nice load manager, so I'm gonna put it well around the, seems a bit tiny to only have 600. Let's do can you do 500, 498, like that. Let's do that. Let's put in some baggage as well, some passengers. Let's make sure we have 2 pilots. Not sure if they're visually seeable. Let me just have a look that it does. Yeah, it does change that. Oh, it was probably in kilos, right? That's my that was my mistake. Doesn't seem to be any visual passengers, so that's let's see if the outside model has any. Well, they do have the pilots, and from the outside model you can see some passengers. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's about it in terms of textures and that sort of extra stuff. I don't think there's any other settings. Oh yeah, you do have, actually you can have hide pilot. You can put these stuff. So I would usually do cold and dark just to start off, and then yeah, we'll fly an IFR flight. We won't be using SIDS and start though, we'll just let them vector us in. I'll import the flight plan, I think. Oh, sorry, I didn't import from SimBrief. I think they want us to fly to 6,000 feet. I do think that's a bit too high. I mean, it's only 46 nautical miles, and with this bird, I think we can fly 2,500 feet. I think should be sufficient. I'm making my plan here. In terms of takeoff and runway, let's also do actually the pack X. I'm gonna set that up. I think these are the right. Let's just do a random number. Don't think they have the An-2, but maybe the DC-3 can substitute. They can have like, was it 6 people, right? We don't really have any boarding music, so let's just put something. Maybe since we are in the Netherlands, we can do KLM, and then safety. We can do something generic, maybe. What's this one? Generic 2. We can try generic 2. Why not? I think we should be able to taxi ourselves out of here, but let's see. I'm a bit bad with these tail draggers. Sometimes it's a bit hard to, or I found it a bit difficult to taxi out. Let's see. Battery goes on.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to welcome
I'm trying
you
to think
aboard
what
our
else.
When you find your seat, please be sure to place your larger carry-on
I
items
think all of
in the
these
overhead bin
goes
and
on.
smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. Unless you're in the front row, please place all of your items in the overhead bin.
Let me
If you have any
see.
trouble finding a location for your carry-on items, please let a flight attendant know.
I think like that as well.
If the overhead bin is
Then
full
we can do
after you
pitot
put
heat
your carry-on
later.
inside of it, please close the bin as a courtesy to other passengers. Once all your items are put away, please clear the aisle and sit down in your seat to allow other passengers to find their seats as well. If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the safety card in the seat back in front of you. Please make sure you are willing and able to perform
All
the
that should
actions
be on.
required.
I'm
If
just
you are not able or
taking this
prefer
from
not
my
to
head.
perform these
I
actions, please let a flight attendant know so
do
you
not
can
remember now.
You
It
are
was
free
a
to
while
use your
since I
portable
flew with this
electronic
one.
devices during the boarding process.
We need to
We ask
remove
that larger
these.
electronic devices are stowed once you depart from the gate.
The
Thank
lock.
you and welcome.
You can see from the outside, I don't think we have
We are ready to
anything.
go when you are.
We only have the pitot covers, which I guess we can remove as well. Okay, and they are ready to go.
Aboard flight 2343. Our flight time will be roughly
In
2
terms of
hours.
our,
Please note the cabin
we're
doors
going
now
runway
closed.
3.
We ask that you make sure that all devices
So
are in
SID,
airplane mode and your larger devices are now
runway
shut down
3,
and stowed. If you have not already,
star,
please fasten your seatbelt
runway
and verify it
24,
is low and tight across your lap. Your tray tables and seat backs must be in
approach,
the full upright
ILS.
position for departure.
I'm not even
Cabin
sure we
crew,
can fly an
prepare
ILS
for
with this. Do
departure.
we have anything to indicate that we could? This maybe? Do we even have a VR? Where's that avionics master now? That's the GPS to bring that up. That's for the tail wheel. Oh, now I hate that because the tail wheel is connected to the ultimate ground crew. So I'm gonna go and kill switch that. There we go, the main one. That gives us, and let me just see if I am changing my radios. We have the com radio, but do we have any sort of navigational aids? Doesn't look like that. At least this one hasn't been retrofitted with one, to my knowledge. Let me see, engine stop. I think we can leave those there. Let me think if there's anything else. We do have ILS, VR. We'll just do ILS and then we'll have them vector us in instead. So it should be fine. They'll vector us and then we'll just have to descend slowly. It'll be a visual approach. I guess we could fly it as a VFR flight as well, but let's just do IFR. Let's see, this one should go to the front if I'm not totally off. The fuel pump should be on. That one should go one step like that. Here the fan. I think this one should also go on. Then we have the pump. I guess that's if you want to start it manually. Then you'll be hitting these. So I don't think we need to do that. Let me connect and file our flight plans. We have that done. We'll switch to the ground. Heineken 4003, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Heineken 4003 is cleared to Echo Hotel Romeo.
Do I even have a squawk?
Expect departure runway 03. Climb and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect higher clearances 1 minute after departure. Approach on 132.52. Squawk 4555.
Heineken 4003 is cleared to Echo Hotel Romeo Delta as filed. Climb and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect higher clearances 1 minute after departure. Approach on 132.52. Squawk 4555.
Heineken 4003 read back correct. Altimeter is 2973. Let us know when you are ready for pushback.
Altimeter is 2973 Heineken 4003.
2973, let's see altimeter on this one. How is it? Okay, looks to be at least 2973 is a bit lower. I'm wondering where the Russian altimeter then is. Here we have the radar altimeter, which I guess you can set from somewhere. Let's see if we are. If we can fast slave ourselves. We are standing towards the south, so we should be around 12. Let's see if this one works. 11, 12. Okay, that's nice. Nav lights we can put on. Anything else? Anything else? No, I don't think so. Cockpit lights. Do we have the portable lights? You can move those, right, to get lights. That's the, or is that the UV lights? Not gonna be starting all these lights. At least not yet. I think that's for the front, right? That must be the cowl flaps. We have the carburetor heat here. Aileron trims, elevator trims, throttle prop pitch is front, so that makes sense. Okay, I think we're looking good. I'm gonna ask, let me just do the squawk for 4555. Okay, it was only a lot of fives. I'm not gonna ask for any clearance. I'm just gonna go because that the ultimate ground crew one doesn't it will pop up immediately when I do anything with the tail wheel lock, so I don't wanna be messing with that. I'm trying to think. The way you do this, you have to put that on. You have to put the starter. That's for the fire extinguishing, and then I think we can go. We'll ask for pushback. Heineken 4003 ready for pushback.
Heineken 4003 pushback approved.
Pushback approved. So let's see if I
Pushback
remember.
approved, Heineken 4003.
Yeah, I think it was inertial, right? That's how you start. And then you do the clutch. Come on. Work with me now. Let me see if it's the... Is there something I missed? Maybe this. It's interesting because some things are in English while some are in Russian, I presume. I think I remember now what I need to do to get this to work. Let's try again. We don't need the cockpit light. We need to... Come on now, work with me. Such a... Let me see if these ones should be in the open, if that could have been causing the issues. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please...
Finally we got it starting. Sorry about that. That was me. There we go. Now we have the thing started. So yeah, took a bit of time.
Whenever the seatbelt sign is on, you must return to your seat and fasten the seatbelt securely. Should an oxygen mask like this drop
Okay, that one you can't
above
close.
your seat,
I think the
immediately
starter
pull
you don't
mask
need to
firmly
have.
towards you. Place the mask over your nose and mouth with the headband tightly around your head and breathe normally.
Pitot heat, I think we can put on. I guess you would put that on just before you take off, to be honest. Taxi lights. Those are these lights. Can't really see so well now, since it's night, but if we do change the time and season just quickly and preview it, you'll see that there is some okay night lighting on this one. Not the best, but not the worst. Only on the left one though.
Evacuation flow.
Let me see, generator should be on.
Tube for further inflation.
Or maybe you only have it on one.
Evacuation slides are located at all exits.
Let me see if there's
Please note
anything.
where the emergency exits on the aircraft are located.
Actually, I do wonder if
They are
this
being
one
pointed out to you now. Bearing in mind that
com.
the nearest exit may be behind you. During evacuation, leave your
This
hands
is old school
If smoke is
Russian.
present, keep low and follow the path lights to the nearest exit as indicated. A copy of this safety
Yeah, I'm not gonna fiddle with that.
information card is in your seat pocket.
I haven't actually flown this one too much, but it's definitely worth being flown a lot because it's a really nice aircraft, right? And if you learn all these systems, you do have you can expect a lot of fun.
Please do not smoke throughout the flight. Smoking in the toilet will activate the smoke alarm. Thank you for your attention.
Passenger signal. Here we have the wipers, the windshield master. I think we can put that on. Then the left fan. We have the heats, and then we have the window heat master. Let's put that on as well, just to be on the safe side. And I think that's about what you need to do. I'm not sure if that one is workable. But you can see this, here we have the little fan spinning. Soviet style. Or I guess Ukrainian or Russian style nowadays. So yeah, looking quite good, I think. I don't think there's anything else we need to do. We just need to be cautious with the engine, of course, not having it go into red. I think we can add a bit of flap. Let me though see if you have a flap gauge, or if, yeah, it's down here, right? That's the flap gauge. Okay, and then let's see, tail wheel lock, we don't need to lock it, we can keep it free for now. Heineken 4003, ready to taxi. Okay, run taxi 03. I think you can open some of these
Taxi to runway
roof
03
things,
via
but I'm
taxiways
not
Alpha,
gonna fiddle with that
Bravo.
now.
Hold short runway 03 Heineken 4003.
Let's hope the for some reason the pilot ADC doesn't show the runway. I'm gonna guess it's the one to the further away, because it's 21 here, right? So then 3 must be down all the way there, and I think the only way to go, well, let's see, I'll release the parking brake, because we only have one. Now let's see if we can turn this beast. There we go. Oh, almost, so we crashed, but we didn't. We're still in this. Okay, let me go into a bit of a higher view angle. In terms actually of add-on, I totally forgot, we have of course the aircraft, but then we have the NL 2000 freeware, Eindhoven, and freeware scenery also for Rotterdam. There used to be a payware one, I think, by the guys who did Reshade, but I don't think that's available anymore. Let's put on the landing lights so we don't forget, then the strobe. And then we'll taxi the old school way. Let's also have a look a bit at our... It does look fine. Okay, we can... Let me see if I can brake with this one. It's a bit of a slow one, so we should taxi all the way down. Let's see. Heineken 4003, ready for takeoff.
Heineken 4003 contact tower on 1.
I guess you could taxi all the way down here.
on 131.0 Heineken 4003.
Heineken 4003. Heineken 4003, ready for takeoff.
Heineken 4003, contact ground on 121.9 for taxi instructions. Ground on 121.9 for taxi. Heineken 4003.
They want us to continue taxiing, actually, because they wanted us to. I'm gonna go towards the middle here, if we're not on the right. I mean, it doesn't matter if we take off from here, but let me just move a bit forward. I mean, we should take off from runway 3, which is the opposite direction if we're following our flight plan, but let me just see that the weather isn't too... Nah, it's fine, really no crosswind. It's almost better to take off from it's almost the same to take off from this runway as from runway 3. Let me see. Heineken 4003, ready for takeoff.
Heineken 400, contact tower on 131.0.
Tower on 131.0.
We're just being pushed to all these different... I think these are just the gauges. Heineken 4003, ready for takeoff.
Heineken 4003, winds are 260.
Okay, that's good.
Runway 03, squawk 4555.
I'm not sure why these, the generator...
100 feet, then turn left heading 280 to intercept course.
That should be on,
Cleared
right?
for takeoff. 03 squawking 4555, maintain runway heading until above 1100 feet, then
Let's
left
just have a quick
280
look that
Heineken
nobody's
4003.
landing. Looks fine. Let's bring up the Garmin. And I actually realized I didn't put anything in terms of flight plan into the Garmin. It should be really simple though, because we only have 1 point, or wait, we have actually 2. But let me just put it in, because we can. Let me just see. I'm putting it in here. You can't see because I have it on my other screen, but yeah, that looks good enough. We'll just follow this. Okay, we have takeoff clearance from the other direction, but we'll interpret that in our own way. Does the settings look good? Nothing too warm, nothing too cold. I think so. Might have been that I did something wrong. I'm doing this a bit quicker, and I do hope I have most things. I don't think we need the fuel pump, but that should be. Let's keep it on just to make sure. Nothing else, I think. I think this should be fine. Let me close the GPS though, because I noticed Prepar3d shows me the same flight plan, so I can just follow that with the same. And actually, I'm gonna just readjust us a bit, so we are a bit better placed. Let's get us rolling a bit before we apply right braking. What's it called? Incremental braking or something? Totally forgetting the word for it. Let's see, tail wheel locked. Let me just again check. Okay, so you can get panel lights, and you can see if we move this one, the light in the cockpit should move with it, as you can see. So that's pretty cool. I like that feature. We don't need though any. We can keep the. Or do we need the anti-fire system? Let's keep it for now. But okay, let's take off. This has really low takeoff speeds. It's basically uncrashable. Well, almost at least. Okay, taking off. We already have rudder control. You see we're already up on our 2. I mean, that's just crazy how... And then taking off. What was that, like 50 knots? We don't do anything with the gear though, we just keep them down. But yeah, that worked. You can go to flap 0. Should be fine. But I mean, look at the speeds and the fact that we are, well, basically that we are not having any problems with stalling. Let's put a bit more engine into or a bit more thrust. We're soon at 1000 feet. Pretty good climb characteristics, considering it's not the fastest nor strongest aircraft. We're soon at 1100. Then left to 28. Oh yeah, if we did the other one, what we're gonna do right. Okay, 1100. We will be turning. It will be right this time instead of left, but oh well. And what we have around us is actually True Earth Netherlands from Orbex. I think I forgot to say that as well. Okay, we're still climbing. We don't need to climb a lot. We can trim a bit. This one doesn't have an autopilot. I do not think this is an autopilot in the sense this is just for the communication, right? I'm not sure if it's operative though.
Approach on 132.52 Heineken 4003.
I'm trying to trim it a bit down.
Approach Heineken 4003 climbing to 3000 feet.
3000? Thought we were at 2500, but okay. Maybe we get a higher clearance. That was what we agreed upon in the IFR plan, but yeah, could be worse. Now let me see, we're not climbing. We're still climbing, but we're not climbing that much.
Climb and maintain 3000 feet Heineken 4003.
We're still climbing, albeit not so fast. And let me see what this one does. Okay, so that one can shut the engine. What is it? It's altitude corrector. Interesting. So I've almost shut the engines a couple of times now by mistake. That's always a great start. Okay, we're now almost at 3000 feet. I am pretty 100% certain that this is True Earth, but it almost looks like land class. Like, it's not, but it's almost. I mean, because it's so structured, you know, with the trees and stuff.
Expedite climb to 3000 feet Heineken 4003.
Let's see if I bring props back a bit.
In a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks
I'm a bit afraid of over...
Premium drinks are available for a small charge.
Oh,
If
now
you
we're
wish to make an
descending.
additional purchase, we only accept credit cards.
I don't want to overstress the engine either. Let's see which gauges are...
Heineken 4003 climb and maintain 3000 feet.
The cylinders are
Climb and maintain 3000 feet Heineken 4003.
maybe a bit warm. Let me see what's the engine cowls. So I guess we would want to open there if the cylinders are running hot, right?
Heineken 4003 expedite climb to 3000 feet.
There is an
Climb to
autopilot.
3000 feet Heineken 4003.
But where is that? Where is that autopilot? Or maybe it's just kind of like the base game one. Okay, let's see, because now we should have autopilot on. Let's see if it can do heading just for fun. No. No heading. No, I take that back. We can do heading. But where is the autopilot for this one? Must be something here. Because now I'm able to keep the altitude with the autopilot, but oh well. I'm just gonna go and open a window quickly, be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, let's see, we're tracking 312, so let's see if it's this heading mode from the Logitech panel. Feels a bit like cheating if we don't really have a... But somehow it's working. Almost makes me wonder if there is a an auto throttle also hidden. Let me have a look actually, I think there's a pretty good manual for this one. I'm gonna remove it so you don't have to look at it. Instructions. I think it's saved with the plane, so in sim objects maybe. ATSimulations, no, here it is. No. Okay, nothing there, so then it's sim objects. And now we just need to find the base file. We have the checklists though. Carburetor heater open, forward, oil cooler, shutter off. Oh, now I started steam. I hate when I press that because it's always just gonna unpin it from my taskbar and exit. Check oil pressure. Yeah, you can do a lot of like these steps, which I probably should have done to make sure things are working. So that's and that they're working properly, right? They say with pitot heat, so as required, kind of. The mixture though, full rich. Okay, so now I'm actually wondering if where's our mixture control? Engine stop, maybe these are mixture. Or are they located somewhere completely else? We'll shut the taxi lights. Let's have a look at the outside. Looking good. Flying here with our old prop engine. So this is a piston pounder. I think at least. Pretty sure it is. Thinking of just how we started with the clutch and that sort of stuff. But okay, so so odd though that there's no I can't find the manual. But okay, we'll wing it, we'll wing it. Hopefully we'll do things right. If not, we'll notice. We have about 8 minutes left now. Let's go a bit harder on the throttle. Let me see if there's maybe a manual if I do. I think they were called SIB wings before. Here we go. Manual, and I'm gonna save this one into my documents folder for manuals. Oh, I actually had it saved. Well, isn't that great?
Approach on 131.15 Heineken 4003. Center on 119.17 Center Heineken 4003 at 3,000 feet.
Nothing about there being an autopilot, so I guess this is just something that's kind of like standard P3D autopilot. So I guess we're lucky in that sense that we have the Logitech panel. Okay, so this is just a backup one, right? The fuel pump, so we don't need to have that. Only for takeoff and landing. Okay, you can get windows freezed in cold weather. Then we need to manage window heat. Is that some icing I'm seeing? Is it from the outside or is it just an inside? That can't be icing, it's... Or maybe it is that cold. Let me see. Current active weather. It's cold. But not that cold. Let me check. And here it also has a checklist, right, of what you should do. Coal flaps closed after start. Let me just see what's the coal flaps on this one. It's not the best manual in terms of there's no pictures connecting. Yeah, there's no pictures unfortunately with oh, here there is pictures actually. So what are these? These are 103, which are UV lamps. Oh, so these are completely inoperable. Okay, that's good to know. While coal flaps 44, that's the circuit breaker for coal flaps. But that's on. What's 30 and 29? Cabin fresh air panel. Oh, these ones, right? You can open to get some lovely fresh air. Don't think we need to gain any fresh air as of now. At least not yet. But look at this. We are trying to figure out. We're getting towards Rotterdam. We're not really there yet, but we're seeing all these. I guess this is where you go to like Breda and stuff, right? And I assume also that it must be kind of close to where Operation Market Garden took place, right? With all these floods, right? A bridge too far, or whatever they called it. And look at that, a beautiful nuclear power plant. We like to see that, don't we? At least it's better than coal.
You are 37 miles west, turn right heading 145, climb and maintain 11,000. Expect
oh no.
ILS, runway 6 approach, KLM 1414.
Wait, I need to fix this one, because it always goes on. But yeah, no, I do think you need the nuclear fuel in the balance, right? Because you need the basic kind of electricity, right? Wind and solar are good, but when you go, they go a bit up and down, right? Let's check, still looking good. As you can see, we're not flying that fast, 120 knots. But it flies beautifully. I'll give it that. It was a while since I flew this one, so I was thinking of flying something totally else, like 747 or similar, but I thought this would be fun. A bit of stuttering though with it. I've had it before. I just hope it doesn't crash. Okay, now we only have about 2 minutes left. It'll probably be a bit longer because we'll start descending. We'll lose probably some speed. So maybe about 5 to 10 minutes before we land. I think all the values are looking good though. Not seeing anything in the red, so to speak. I guess we can keep the tail wheel locked. And I guess you want to keep that as a starting point at least. We can turn a bit to the right. And look at this, very beautiful. Oh, very nice, very nice. Yeah, but it feels very much like cheating with this autopilot pedal.
Heading 345 vectors to the ILS Zulu approach for runway 24, maintain 3,000 feet, approach on 131.15 Heineken 4003.
Let's just set up everything and see if we get any ILS. I don't think we will, but it doesn't hurt to try, right?
Approach Heineken 4003 at 3,100 feet.
Localizer 110.4. And a course of 236 and a minimum of 200. Okay, so 236 36 in terms of course. Doesn't seem like anything changed here, so let's try to put it in here. 236 and 40. There we go. And yeah, I think we're on the right track otherwise, so looking good. The airport won't be here. Oh, look at that, we have some rain. Is that... How come we have rain when there isn't rain? Is it because it goes by the light rain? Okay, so it thinks that we have rain because we're supposed to have light. I mean, it could be that we have light rain, just can't see it, right? But okay, since we do have light rain, we can put on our wiper, and as you can see, it helps us a lot. Basically, you would need to be here and fly from like this angle, but okay. I don't think there's any other. That was the one. Then you have the right one as well. So that one. I don't think there's any other Vipers on this. Nope. Interesting though that they haven't modeled the in-between here just to cover that in case you just wanted to jump out quickly, but I guess you wouldn't see it normally. Okay, nothing yet about our descent. Let's see, there's some lower clouds there, so hopefully we don't get into the... And now it's raining outside, so the plane was reacting quicker than the sim. The rain isn't the best. I've seen a lot better kind of rain effects, but it's better than nothing, I would say. Let's see if we get that descent clearance soon. Still have about 22 nautical miles to go. About 5 minutes of flying time. Oh, even LinkedIn now has a sort of LinkedIn short thing. I can't believe that they're, you know, moving away from a more serious platform to having that sort of content, but okay. Okay, we can see it's a bit lower. Let's have a look at our destination weather. Light rain, broken, few at 1500, so there is potential that we do get into the clouds. Current active weather 2977, I think very close to what we have here, right? Like that, so a bit of an adjustment.
Heading 340 Heineken 4003.
340, I guess we're a bit off our path, but nothing crazy. There we have Rotterdam. So we're close. At least the good part with this rain is that it works here. So like if I now shut it, you'll see that the rain comes here as well. And if I start it, it wipes it away. So that's a pretty good feature, I would say. And the airport should be quite close. It's somewhere around there, I think. So we're very close now. We're soon gonna be turning left. The sound that they make, those wipers, isn't the most nice sound, but we'll take it, I guess.
Heading 345 Heineken 4003.
And I'll do 343 because I don't want to get have them ping pong me back and forth. We're pretty close here, as you can see. I'm just following pilot to ATC now, so I don't have to use the or pop up the RXP GTN 750. But let's see, I think we'll soon be getting descent clearances down to 2,000 feet. 2,500 at least, and then 2,000. Funny part is that it's basically not giving us a top of descent until after we're on the final approach course. That's a bit funny. I mean, we're only at 3,000 feet anyway, so. Not sure which city this is. Let's have a look on the map. So a bit northeast of Rotterdam, or east. Is it Gouda? Gouda.
Descend to 2,000 feet Heineken 4003.
Or is that Utrecht, maybe? Could be, not 100% sure actually. No, I think it's Gouda actually. Utrecht would be more to our east, so around there. Okay, descent to 2,000 feet, so we got the descent clearance. I'm gonna remove the autopilot now, that was a bit of cheating. We are gonna start descending. Nothing too crazy, but a bit. Now it's about 30 nautical miles. We should be turning left very soon. Let's hope we don't get into the weather, but luckily it's so low, the water level, or not the water level, but the ground level, so we probably will be out of it before we're anywhere close our minimums of 200. Talking about our minimums, where the hell do you set that with this one? Must be somewhere, but I just can't figure it out now. Okay. Fly heading 270.
Fly heading 270 cleared for ILS approach to runway 24 tower on 119.7 Heineken 4003.
Now we need to continue turning. Let me trim the plane a bit. Two 270, that's what they want us to fly. And they're gonna ask us to turn again, I'm pretty sure. Because our approach was to 36. So I'm gonna turn a bit, because we can't turn that fast with this one.
Tower Heineken 4003 inbound for ILS approach
We have begun
runway
our final
24.
descent into your destination.
We're a bit below
Flight attendants
2,000
will be
feet.
passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the
Continue
full upright
ILS approach
position.
to runway
Please also
24
store
will
any
call when
carry-on items
established
either
on
in the
final
seatback
Heineken
pocket or under the seat in front of you.
4003.
I think that's the airport. Yeah, there we go. Airport in sight.
Altimeter is 2976 Heineken 4003.
Have a bit of flying left to do. Well, nothing crazy. I think the fuel pumps go on. I can check if there's anything else that the checklist will tell us to do. Final check, tail wheel unlocked. That's not for the tail wheel locking considered. Oh, that's the final check, okay. Flaps usually 15 degrees. Then I guess we will be using. Let's descend a bit. There we have the airport. Okay, so we should just get below the weather. So usually around 75 knots for the final approach. Propeller should be on full pitch. So let's put that on full pitch. Let's go a bit to the right. Can bring our Heineken people to their destination. I wonder what kind of flights they do with this plane, if it's because I think it's based on a real delivery. I'm guessing it's like corporate shenanigans. Okay, I want to descend a bit. What's our... Oh, we're below 1,500, so we should be below the weather, even though it does look like there is a bit of clouds in front of us. Our descent is... Oh, we're descending super slow. We should have a bit of a more... I'm just trimming it a bit. Okay, now we're almost at 500. That should be fine. We don't wanna... I'll pitch up a bit actually. Let's see. What's the runway altitude though? That's a good question. I think it's like 12 or something. 50. I think 50 feet. That's pretty high for being Netherlands. Okay, we're soon here coming in on our minimums, but not quite yet. About 800 feet to go. Maybe I'm going a bit fast. I'll pull down the throttles a bit. Not too crazy, because I guess you risk shutting the engine if you go too low. We can't drop landing gears, so we can't increase the drag by artificial means. I'll pitch up a bit, because since we lost a bit of the thrust, we started descending quite a bit faster. Heineken 4003 established on final. I just realized I forgot to do all the pack X things, right? but we can just wait with that. Let's stabilize a bit. I'm gonna trim it out. Nothing crazy, but enough so we don't. And let's see if we can go to. What did we want? Flaps 15, right? Okay, looking quite good. It's pretty okay, decent scenery that NL2000 has for their different the different freeware. They even have like their own True Earth for Netherlands, so if you don't want to pay Orbex, just get theirs. I think it's really good with Autogen as well. Let's see, we're about 70, maybe a bit lower than you would normally have. We're at our minimums, but we'll continue. Okay, let's see. Coming in pretty okay here, I think. Maybe a bit fast for the Antonov. Let's see. Feeling a bit of winds, but nothing crazy. There we go. We have touched down. Gonna apply some braking. As you can see, we touched down, but we haven't yet gotten the back down. We need to brake a bit more, pitch a bit up, but be careful not to take off, right? That's the... We can unlock the tail wheel.
The local time is 11:39 a.m. and it's currently about 9 degrees.
So we can taxi towards our... towards a parking spot. We can shut the... not the nav lights, but the landing lights. So it's not perfect. This one I had to do quite a bit of tweaking to get the well, basically all of these NL2000 airports to work. But it's, you know, it looks fine. It's in the hall of good freeware, hall of good / very good freeware. You can probably fix also a bit of these taxiways and stuff as well to make them look a bit better. Heineken 4003 ready to taxi. I don't even know why I do it.
Taxi to stand Bravo 1 via taxiways Yankee, Alpha, Victor, Heineken 4003.
For example, here you could tweak, right, so you don't see the photo reel through. That's because I had to remove it because it was otherwise the photo reel for this airport was basically removing all the autogen around. So that was a bit unfortunate. We get this park here the first one. Let's see if we... So yeah, pretty good flight. It's a fun aircraft to fly, a really forgiving aircraft. I guess the hardest part is starting it. Okay, we missed the first one. Let's just do the second one. We'll do a bit of a... We'll park here with this guy. No clue why he's standing there. I think he's part of the scenery, not GSX. So let's see. We'll use the... Sorry, it's not incremental brake. It's differential braking. That's the name of it. Incremental brake. I guess if you brake in increments, then that would make sense, but they're differential. So that's what you use to with these tail draggers to taxi, right? So that's why it's nice to have rudder pedals, and I recommend everyone who can afford one to get those. Hey, there we go. Parking brakes. Just shutting the stuff. I'm not sure that was the correct way to do it, but it will do the trick. engine closed, we can tell our passengers to go seatbelts off. We can open a door. Actually, I didn't think of showing that, right? What doors we open, but you have the door back here, and then you can open like a bigger door, I guess for cargo. 173 soft landing. They were quite satisfied. Let's save that. I've never looked at those sailed flights, so no clue why I even do it, but oh well. Let me close the inside door. And what we'll do now is we'll just do instant replay. Quickly have a look at our landing. So here we come. Okay, a bit more. I think the engine kind of started again for the replay. Look at this, it's like spewing out textures. There, now we got rid of them. You can see it's blowing some wind on the ground. We landed very smooth, basically, at the touchdown zone. So no complaints there. Maybe we went a bit too long with the tail wheel up in the air, but I mean, we weren't in a rush to drive off the runway. And here you can see we're starting to brake a bit more, and then we start pitching up, so you get down that tail wheel, and then we unlock the tail wheel so we can taxi out of here. So yeah, that was a short flight with the ATSimulations / Sibwings Antonov An-2. I hope you enjoyed this short little video, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to provide them. Other than that, have a good rest of the day. Goodbye.